Anti-Vaxxers. So in my house call practice as a veterinarian, I see a wide range of people in varying degrees of health and wellness. I see some super clean, healthy people who know everything we're talking about on channels like mine. I see some people who are in the middle who are on their journey towards being healthy. And I still see a whole lot of people who don't know anything we're talking about on channels like this and are not clean and healthy. This has shown me some stark contrasts in a lot of things. But the one that is impossible to not notice is in the preschool aged kids. We're talking about the typical American family preschooler. They're sometimes present for my appointments, not usually, sometimes. When I'm in the house doing our holistic veterinary exam for their pet, we're talking about food and health and wellness and all. Well, I feel like these preschoolers seem typical. They seem like what I see in the kids at restaurants or in public or at grocery stores or running around in the street in the neighborhood and stuff. They're very noisy, they're screaming, they're super hyper, they're ADD. They might ask me a question while I'm in their house, but they moved on to something else before I can answer it. Or they ask a follow-up question that's just completely unrelated and out of context and has nothing to do with anything we're talking about. Like, I don't know where this question came from. They're interrupting their parents, they're tugging on the shirt sleeves, they're very distraught if they don't have their mom's full attention. So much so that it's often difficult for me to maintain my train of thought and keep control of the appointment. But that seems consistent with what I see everywhere else, so fine. But there have been a few appointments lately, and throughout time, but a few more lately, and even the seminar I went to where the guys' 3.5 or 4-year-old kids were there. And these preschool-aged children in this second group, they ask pertinent questions. They form complete sentences. You can actually have a conversation with them. They pay attention to what I'm talking about and then ask questions about their pet. It's amazing how much different they are and how just educated and intelligent they seem. Now, I'm not saying they can sit still for 30 or 60 minutes while I talk about food and health and wellness, but they can sit for several minutes and pay attention and engage in a conversation and answer questions and ask questions. And when they do get bored after so many minutes to leave, they're not running and screaming and bouncing and trampolining off the furniture. They're politely asking their mom if they can go do something else. It's such a difference from the other groups. Oh, and these 3-year-olds don't have snotty noses, okay? Well, this second group of intelligent children who act like just small humans and can engage in conversation and aren't ADD and hyper, these are the non-vaccinated children. And most of these families aren't feeding their kids a bunch of sugar either. The vaccines and the sugar really add up to this craziness, okay? So why am I talking about that? I'm a veterinarian. Because the same exact stuff happens to your dog and cat. We're injecting all these man-made chemicals into these humans and animals when they're really young, and their immune system and their mental system, their neurologic pathways are forming, and that's what's causing most of the problems. If you're not an anti-vaxxer, okay, you hear that term, you've been led to believe by CDC and Big Pharma that those are uneducated weirdos who are going to make you sick. But no, they're smarter than you, and they're healthier than you, and their pets are healthier than yours also. Thanks.